Hi there sweethearts, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I made this delicious meal from this, so stay tuned. These are the ingredients that I have. What you're gonna need is chicken, as usual, any part of chicken that you need. I'm gonna be using this no mixed spice, but any spice should be fine, doesn't have to be that one. And I also have this mixed vegetable spice that I'm gonna be using, but if you don't have that, that's fine. I have these assorted green peppers. One of these, I think it's hot, and I have some carrots as well, and I have an onion, and I also have this lemon. Also have these baby cabbages. I don't know what they're called in real. I just normally call them baby cabbages, and that's what I'm gonna be using. I also have some Worcestershire sauce. I have some soy sauce, the light one, because it's not as salty. And I also have this grape vinegar, but if you don't want to use this grape vinegar, you can also use just a normal white vinegar. That should also be fine. If you don't have any of those, you can still use the lemon, it should be fine. And I also have some cooking oil, and I have my mixed vegetable spice. And if you don't have that, you can just use the normal salt, that's fine. And let's go. So starting off with my chicken, as usual, I'm using these bats. I love these bats so much because they don't have any bones and I don't have to debone them. So any part of chicken that is your favorite, it should be fine, as long as you're okay to work with it, as long as you like it, that's fine. But that's what I'm gonna be using today. I'm using bats. I have about like 5 bats, which is like 2 servings, which is absolutely fine. So the first thing you want is to wash, of course. Like I always say, don't cook anything without washing. That's my chicken. It's like properly washed and everything looks good. The first thing I'm gonna do is add my grape vinegar. Like I say, if you don't have it, you can also use a normal white vinegar, or you can use a lemon, but I'm gonna be using the grape vinegar. So 2 tops for the portion is fine. That's just what I'm doing. So the vinegar is there to sanitize the chicken. If you know me, you know I'm very paranoid about chicken, but also it gives this chicken some tangy taste that you're gonna love so much. And vinegar also helps to dissolve fat, so that should be the least of your worries. We are not gonna get fat, baby. So that's just what I'm doing, mixing everything together. And the next thing I'm gonna add is my vegetable spice. Like I said, you can also just use normal salt, but I'm using this mixed vegetable spice. Half a teaspoon should be fine because it can really be salty sometimes. So just mix everything together until everything is mixed up, and add a little bit of cooking oil because we don't want this so dry. We want this to have a little bit of soup, so that's gonna help with that. And we also want it to cook really soft. And now I'm gonna go and add my mixed spice, but if you don't have it, that's fine. You can use white pepper, or you can also use raja, or you can use just about anything that you have. And I'm also gonna use some red pepper flakes because I want this hot, because I've been loving heat so much lately. And the knorr comes with a bag already, so you don't have to worry about a bag. And that's the spice. I'm just gonna add according to my taste. You can just add according to your taste, but one of this may be a little bit too much for the portion size that I have, so I just used about half of this and mix everything together. Like, this is so good. If you have this, you better use this. If you don't have this, you can just make it on your own as well. Just add some garlic and just add some red pepper, add some white pepper, anything that you have that can be equivalent to that. And I'm just going to transfer this to this bag. So the knorr already has the bag, but you can also buy these bags. They also sell them in the supermarket. And I'm just going to transfer everything into my bag, making sure that everything is really going there because we're not wasting anything here. That's how it's looking like so far. I'm just spreading everything around just so it's very much okay in there. And I'm just gonna let out all the air because I don't want any air in here, because if I put it in the oven, it's gonna make a bubble as well. So that's the ribbon that comes with the bag, and I'm just gonna secure that just so it doesn't open up, because we're gonna be putting this in the oven and spreading everything around. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with a toothpick and I'm gonna make holes just on top of the bag. Please note that this can only be on top and not underneath, because if you make the holes underneath, you're gonna lose all the soup. All the soup is gonna come leaking out. So you just want it on top. And I'm gonna put my baking paper in my baking tray and put my chicken back in there, and that's ready to go in the oven. That's gonna cook for like 180 degrees Celsius for like 30 or 40 minutes, but 40 minutes is good. Next, I'm just peeling off my baby cabbage because the outer parts can be a little bit hard and dirty as well. So I'm just gonna be taking out the stems and also just peeling them, and everything is washed, and that's what I have. And I've just chopped everything already, and those are my onions, big chops. I have my carrots, big chops. I have my green peppers, and I have the cabbage that is already been done and sliced, and I have lots of green pepper as well. I have like 3 types of green pepper. One of those is hot, and my pan is ready to go on the heat. I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil in there, and then I'm gonna go with the carrot because the carrot is gonna be the hardest to cook, and with the onions as well. And I'm just gonna go in with my salt, which is my vegetable spice, but salt is fine, and then just making sure that everything is mixed together. What you want to do is cover because you really want the heat to be retained and the moisture to be retained as well. So you are going to be covering for the most part of it. Don't let it dry out because we really want it to be very soft and tender. So mix everything together and just keep on covering. And then I'm just going to go in with my green peppers, all the types of green peppers, and any of the vegetables that you like. You're not actually restricted to just use these. Like any vegetables of your choice should be fine, and you can just go on with the stirring. But we are using medium heat. You don't want this to be dry, and we are just gonna go and put our baby cabbage in there and then mix everything together. And then we're gonna use the grape syrup, the grape vinegar, and add some soy sauce, just a sprinkle of some soy sauce. And you're also gonna add some Worcestershire sauce and also add some oyster sauce according to your taste. If you don't like any of these, you can actually skip them. You don't have to use them, but at least then use the lemon because you really want this to have that tangy taste at the end. And mix everything together. You don't want this to overcook at all. As soon as the carrot and the baby cabbage are done, that's how you're gonna know that everything else is done already. That's how it's gonna look like. It's like a perfect saute. You're gonna love this so much. That is like properly done, and I'm sure by now the chicken is also done as well. Make sure you schedule them at around the same time, just so you don't have any time that you're not doing anything. And that's the chicken. That's how it's gonna look like. It's like very hot and very much done, and I love it when it cooks in the bag. It cooks until the center. It's very soft and it's very tender. And one thing that I love in particular is that it has soup. How cool is that? We're not actually cooking in a pot, but we have soup, and the soup is so thick because of the marinating. You're gonna love this so much. That's how it's gonna look like. Everything looks really cool and everything looks really tender. By the way, do not add salt when you're making the back chicken, and add your vegetables in here, and voila, your meal is done. There's like nothing else that you need from here. If you want to add some rice, you can, but you don't have to. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Keep healthy, keep eating.